There's Scotty.
Monday morning, we're leaving this awesome little hotel in Puebla. We're going to ride towards Mexico City, hopefully do the pyramids, and then head on over to Cesar Trapo's house. We'll be leaving the bikes and flying home.
All over.
Let's do it.
We knew that we had a lot of ground to cover, so we actually made a point to wake up and get out early. For the first time in 13 days, we actually achieved that goal. You'll see that later. But I want to say we're pulling out here like maybe at 7:30 or something like that. A mere 15 minutes behind schedule. This is the final departure from the city of Puebla. We got the Sony action cam on Robot's helmet facing backwards. Again, the majesty that is this town, very, very colonial kind of feeling, very European feeling. Had a fantastic time in Puebla. Sad to go, but excited to get on. And look at this. This is new footage for us for the trip. The sun rising. It was a fantastic ride, actually. We took the major freeway towards Mexico City. I believe it's called the Arco Norte, and it's basically this huge perimeter freeway that is way, way, way outside the city of Mexico City. You can tell they're planning for the future, and here's a good shot of it. I mean, this is what the road was like basically out and around from Puebla. We went kind of due north and stayed way east of Mexico City, and we actually wound up entering into Mexico City from the northeast because, again, our destination on this morning or this day was to make it to the Pyramids of Teotixuacan. Here's entering the town of Teotihuacan as we speak. It's kind of lofty to actually squeeze in these pyramids on the same day as our departure. I think our flight was at 4, but we managed to do it. We made good time getting up there, had no issues with navigation. Very cool. Actually, our good friend in Mexico City, Trapo, Cesar Vicuna, he, his wife, and his good friend who he works with actually met us at the pyramids. They wanted to show us around. He's a professional photographer. We have to give him a huge, huge thanks for the pictures that he took of us on the pyramid. You'll be seeing him here shortly. But info on Teotihuacan. This complex of awesome pyramids set amid what was once Mesoamerica's greatest city is amongst the region's most visited destinations. The sprawling site compares to the ruins of Yucatan and Chiapas in terms of its significance, and anyone lucky enough to come here will be inspired by the astonishing technological might of the Teotihuacan civilization. It's set 50 kilometers northeast of Mexico City in a mountain-ringed offshoot of the Valle de Mexico. Teotihuacan is known for its two massive pyramids, the Pyramid del Sol, Pyramid of the Sun, and the Pyramid de la Luna, Pyramid of the Moon, which dominate the remains of the metropolis. Teotihuacan was Mexico's biggest ancient city and the capital of what was probably Mexico's largest pre-Hispanic empire. Exploring the site is fascinating, although rebuffing the indefatigable hawkers is exhausting and crowds can be huge. There it is, the Pyramid del Sol. The road into town, as you just saw, was treacherous. Cobblestones was smoother on the dirt. This is the hike up the summit of the largest of the pyramids, Pyramid del Sol. This makes your lungs burn, especially after all the late nights and drinking that we had. This is me playing around with this silly whistle that I got suckered into buying. It's like an eagle call. But this is that there was a quick shot of like the pre-planned community.
Rocky Balboa.
Maybe you get a butterfly or something. Oh look, there it is. So here we are. We're at the top of the Pyramid of the Sun, made by the Teotihuacanos, 1200 BC. Pretty awesome. You can actually come all the way up here. You can pan. Look at our feet. Look at Scott's feet too. Taking in the energy. Taking in the energy. Hell of a walk up here. Short of breath, but I mean, pretty phenomenal panoramic view. It is on the Monday, final day in Mexico. We'll be flying out later this evening. It's cool. There's occasional butterflies fluttering around and everything. But you can kind of see, I guess, this is the pre-planned community in Mesoamerica, and the first. It goes on for a long ways.
Hablan fuerte. Cuando yo les haga así, empiezan a hablar.
again, cannot thank Cesar enough for these awesome pictures. He is a professional photographer, works for some newspapers in Mexico City, primarily photographing soccer matches and other sports stuff, but the pictures he took of the pyramid were absolutely fantastic. This was actually departing the complex of the pyramids, working our way towards Mexico City. Cool guy in a fluorescent yellow two-stroke scooter, some kind of Yamaha Zuma knockoff. And this is leaving the town of Teotixuacan, destined for Mexico City. There's Caesar's friend on a PX 150, also a professional photographer. Super fun time hanging out with him. They helped us quite a bit once we got back to Mexico City and getting us to the airport and everything. It was a fairly quick ride actually to Mexico City from the pyramids. I want to say we made it to Cesar's house in Mexico, in the center of Mexico City essentially, in less than like 40 minutes, 45 minutes or something like that, which is a pretty tremendous feat. Traffic in Mexico City is notorious for amongst the worst in the world. They say that sometimes it can take as long as 3 hours to go 16 kilometers across the heart of Mexico City. Entering into the outskirts, you can kind of see the urban sprawl has reached this far to the northeast. Super cool Corona sign on the right. Sweet! Dig it. Can't quite see it from these pictures, but there's actually development all the way up those hills, and there's a perfect line drawn. And you can tell that that line of demarcation where the homes stop is as far as infrastructure has reached. It's kind of sad, but as the city continues to grow, you know they're just going to continue to push further and further up those hills, and some of those homes a little on the shantytown style. And again, this is kind of entering more into Mexico City from the northeast. Cool scooter on the right. Didn't have as much time to explore Mexico City as we would have liked, but we will be going back for the bikes and hopefully resuming some footage and exploring some more parts of Mexico City via Vespa here shortly. I will say, for 13 days on the roads and countless miles on the Vespas, we were very, very fortunate in terms of traffic, weather, mechanical issues, you name it, everything went super smoothly. On the topic of weather, we got very, very fortunate entering into Mexico City. Right about this point, we're probably 4 or 5 blocks from Caesar's house. There was the occasional light raindrop. Didn't think much of it, managed to get into his carport and get the bike situated. By the time we were headed to the airport in the minivan, however, the rain started to come, and there was the most torrential hail, lightning, rainstorm while we were waiting at our gate for departure, so extremely fortunate. Luis and his wife Cecilia, actually they flew home later in the day. They weren't so fortunate. They decided to stay on the bikes and they headed downtown Mexico City, and Luis said that they got stuck in the heart of the rainstorm. Here we are, we're at Trampas House, Central Mexico City. Shuffling some stuff around. This is where the bikes are going to stay until we get back down here. Say hi everybody.
Hey. Hi.
Yeah.
Hola.
Hola, hola. Good trip.
How you doing?
I guess all we can say is till the next episode.
Next
We'll be
episode.
down here in a couple months to continue.
Thanks to Tommy or
Yeah. Thanks to everybody that's helped us along the way.
Mario, Scooter Works.
Scooter West.
What's Scooter Works?
There you go. It's Luis. Kim Mas. Sony. Action Cam. Get all the footage. Piaggio.
Tequila.
My Michelin sticker.
Motorsport.
Vespa Motorsport. Scooter West.
Steve. Dutra.
Everybody at the shop.
Robot.
Everybody at the shop. And then everybody that helped us down in Mexico.
All the clubs.
All the clubs.
All around here.
Vespinos, Los Malportados, Vespa Guadalajara,
DF.
DF. Everybody in Puebla, thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Iñaki.
We're tired.
Iñaki.
Oh, big shout out to Iñaki and good friend Arki, of course, in Guadalajara.
Arki.
And Chuk.
Chook.
Chuk, the big kahuna.
Did you guys see the
The place called
church
Big Kahunas.
on the left?
Oh, is that their church?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess signing off. It's 4 de Mayo, 4th of May, Monday. Almost gotta get in the airport.